Hello everyone, welcome to the Suncliff Hotel and to Bournemouth.
Well, after enjoying that nice old little bit of dinner, we are now outdoors just for a little bit to go and take in some nice fresh air. So here's a little addition to the cool cars that I find on travels sort of diaries thing. And good morning, welcome to day 3 of being down in Bournemouth, a little week away. Today we have got something pretty cool coming up, and one thing I've also wanted to know about the entire time I've been down here is this Oceana Paul Ledger, I can't speak, squash courts and all that, but studio. I wonder if they'll let me edit in them. This tour is that slow, I've literally been able to start up my camera in the entire time it's taken it just to close. Awesome. Anyway, I'm speaking a little quieter because we're in corridors. There's rooms all the way around here, down here and further down. I don't want to wake up anybody that's not quite awake yet, because it is a little on the early side. It is 8 to 12 if my camera ever wants to focus on it. But no, today we're going to a Beaulieu Motor Museum. I've not been there for years and I'm very much looking forward to it. So we're going to go and do that. So we're going to go down to the coach and go and see what it's all going to be like. Get down the small stairs again and a very dodgy banister rail. But we're going to go back to the room very quickly, get everything sorted, and then make our way down to the coach, because our driver's going to be waiting for us. Speaking of coaches, we have got 6 in today. You can only see 5 from here because the other one's parked just around there. You can barely see the... there you go. You can see a bit more there, but I've just hit the edge of the window handle. Awesome, fantastic. Anyway, we are going to be going on this one down here. The Hunt's coach is an old Mercedes, which is that old. It's actually a bit cream, and it probably should have been white, but sure. We're going to take that thing for just under an hour's drive, I think north of here, and then we're going to be going and taking a little bit of a look around probably the UK's most prestigious car collection. So here's hoping they actually let me film. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Well, now we're down here in the coach park, which is essentially just a repurposed car park. So I've got about 6 coaches in, but we've got a cool little Moxon's truck. It's a coach. I'm stupid. We've got that one next to us. We have got Watkins coaches just here. We have also got, I think it's Arvonia and a Caetano Levante Caetano. I'm terrible with words, but this is like this kind of stuff that we used to have way back on National Express. Remember when I used to do videos on there? No? Okay. And here is ours for the day. A very loud Mercedes. I think it's Turismo. I think it was anyway. Man, you really got to watch your head on that one. There it is. Levante Caetano. Much like they used to use on that X. And here we are now in a gravel car park, which can only mean one thing. We have made it officially to Beaulieu Motor Museum. You can see our fantastic coach is just there, the nice little Hunt's Mercedes, and also a cool looking motorhome / RV kind of thing over there. But now, because we've got here before it's opened, because we are incredibly efficient for once, we've got to wait around for them to open, wait for our coach driver to go and let us in, and then a lot of exploring, monorail, and 2 missions. We've got mission 1, which is to go and have a look at Mr. Bean's Mini, and mission 2, we've got to get ourselves a little Hot Wheels car. Why? Because we can. Alright, so I was going to do a little bit more B-roll, as you saw from the little Motor Museums thing, but this is too cool not to share, and I never realised this was a Vauxhall. This is the Mr. Nippy from Series 29, Episode 5 from the newer Top Gear. And of course, known very well in Forza Horizon 4, this is the Top Gear Track Tour. Yeah, it's kind of a drag tractor with wheelie boots on the exhaust pipes. Why is kind of beyond me, if I'm honest. And then over here, the Beaulieu Ultimatum. This is from sort of the newer Top Gear series. We'll get to the old stuff in just a minute. But over here we have got, I don't really even know what this is, to be honest. Right, let's have a look. What have we got? Well, it doesn't tell you. But someone in the comments, you're going to know what this thing is. I know for sure. In fact, let's have a look around the back. It might tell us at the back what it is if we are lucky. No, we're not, but oh well. And of course, we have got the Fiat Panda limousine, which has been acquired by Beaulieu and turned into seating. So I can now say I have sat on the Fiat limousine. I remember seeing this on telly when I was younger. And of course, for the one time they sent minis absolutely flying off of a ski jump, here's one of the leftovers of a ski jumping mini. Series 7, Episode 7, 2006. You probably all know this if you're Top Gear fans. But, oh wow. This poor thing ended up a right mess. I feel so bad for it. But it is now here, of course, also on display over at Beaulieu Motor Museum. We have made it. We are here. Then over here, we've got the Test Track Challenge. I don't know what half this is going to be about, but you get one of these. You got your front, your neutral, your reverse, and your steering and all that. We'll have a go at this later, and it's only £1 a time, which is awesome. And then over here we have got a caravan, which is James May's Caravan Airship. Yeah, this thing used to have a massive balloon at the top, and there is the Beaulieu monorail going and doing its thing. Hello! I can't believe we got away from that, that's awesome. And then over here we have got a Top Gear Reliant Robin rocket, or the Reliant rocket, which wasn't very reliant because it kind of went, you know, kaboom. Anyway, let's go ahead and have a look a bit more around. This is the world of Top Gear at Beaulieu Motor Museum, and we've got a lot of places to see. So, a fan favourite from the show, in fact we've got 3 fan favourites right here. I'll get to this one in a second, don't you worry. We've got the Hammerhead Eagle Eye Source in Series 14, Episode 2 from 2009, when the crew tried to, you know, go and make their own, I believe this was their own first attempt at electric vehicles. And then over to the left hand side, we have what can only be described as indestructible. The Toyota Hilux in Series 3, Episode 5, 2003. They had this thing underwater, they set it on fire, they had it on top of a building that was being demolished, and they even flooded it to the point where we didn't think it would start, but lo and behold, it still ran. And I was speaking to one of the visitor engagement people here, and apparently when they moved it into Beaulieu, it still started. That starts. We don't know if it runs or not, but it starts, which is absolutely nuts. Another one from the Beaulieu Ultimatum, from, you saw the other car out here. There is, I believe this one's an Austin, I want to say. But, yeah, one of the main things I wanted to see today is if they had this, and lo and behold, they do. Well, what a film we just had. We had a little bit of a sort of special little film about Top Gear, which sadly we couldn't show because of copyright. Beaulieu officials told me I couldn't, which was a bit of a shame, but at the end of the day, you've got to abide by the BBC's copyright laws, otherwise they're going to get very, very angry. Anyway, over here we have got the Nissan from the good old Series 10, Episode 2. In fact, all the information about it is on this board. That's how I'm able to get this series and episode number, which is fantastic. But I remember watching all of this. And the best bit is, they used to have sort of like small put together models of these, which I have indoors somewhere. I don't know whereabouts, but I know I have it somewhere. And over here we've got the Nissan, we've got the Toyota somewhere, I think, or rather I hope we do. But also we've got the Volkswagen. In fact, let's just go ahead and have a look inside, shall we? Now we're waiting for a bit of a train with a difference. This one is powered by a Jaguar. Yeah, if you remember this one then, that is fantastic. You can see over here a little bit of the film of Clarkson driving this, the TVG12.
And now I would show May that speed is right, speed is good, speed works.
And indeed it does. This thing was very, very speedy indeed. Thank you, Clarkson, for that. I didn't expect a cameo from you today, but honestly it's a beautiful looking car. Absolutely fantastic. And they put it so it turns like it's on rails. I'm not sorry for that pun. Over here we have an ambulance from the Homemade Ambulance Challenge of Series 22, Episode 3, where the boys used a old Porsche, which is honestly, it looks pretty cool. It really does. There's so many button switches, there's sirens, there's this massive thing to certainly get your way through the M25, and done up in the iconic Golf livery. In fact, let me just change my filter settings a minute. That's better. Anyway, going over to here, we have got the Lotus Escape to the Country. This is Series 15, Episode 4, 2010. You can see all the things about that. That was their caravan special. And May drove this thing with this giant sort of metal box on top of it that was meant to be used as a bit of a sleeping quarters. Yeah. Oh, it's so cool. Honestly, being here is fantastic. I love it. And now we move on a little bit further along. There's a lot of cars to see. If I went to each and every one, we'd be here all day. We've got the Aristocars Series 26, Episode 4. We have got some beautiful cars that are made into touring builds. We've got the Bentley over here with the iconic little 8 in the grille, which is fantastic. They stripped the entire lot of these out and made them all into touring cars, took them around the track. They actually did relatively okay. And then, of course, we have got, what have we here? One of this vehicle is not roadworthy and should not be driven. Well, trust me the keys, I'm going to drive it anyway. And right here, we have got my child. Not literally mine, but I kind of wish I owned it, not going to lie. This is, I believe, the Subaru Brat. Absolutely beautiful machine. A slight dent in the front, which is a little bit pain to see, but oh well. Subaru Brat, the Spitfire versus the Nissan Leaf. The Spitfire is just over there, and there is the Leaf. Yeah, we're going back to this Subi. The massive dent in the front kind of just stings a little bit, but look at it. She's absolutely beautiful. Just look at that. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I want to drive this thing. So, Stig, what do you have to say to this? Oh. Okay then, I see how it is. Now, some very interesting news. I spoke to a couple of the people that work here, very nice chap that I spoke to. Apparently a certain team have been out to 3D scan a certain vehicle for a certain company. Now, I can't say anything because, you know, I kind of don't want to be the spoils anything, but if you could put 2 and 2 together, I'm sure you'll figure something out. And now, welcome to the main part of Beaulieu Motor Museum. We have got the Vlasov River Simple hydrogen-powered thing in front of us. They say it's a car, but I don't know. What do you guys think? But over here to our right, we've got a Suzuki Ignis, quite a modern car to have in a car museum. It's from 2021, as the plate says. But over here, we have got the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth, 1986, and a beautiful car. It's a D-Reg in some brilliant condition. I mean, just look at that. It's absolutely fantastic. Over here we've got the Anglia Super. This is a 123E from 1966. And next to that we've got a beautiful little classic Mini. We've also got a lot more cars to have a look around, and that is only just a start, because also I've just noticed there's a solar powered car up there too. Okay, I was going to continue the B-roll, but I've got to step in here. You know, it's an absolutely iconic car that's in front of me right now. If you don't know it, I'd be very surprised. But here we are. It's an absolutely beautiful car, Gen 11. You know, you've got to know this thing. If you're into cars, you're into movies, and you don't know this thing, I feel very sorry for you. It's an absolutely beautiful car. I love it to bits, and honestly, I know a lot of people that I'm on the trip with also love this car just as much as I do. She's a movie classic. Absolute movie classic. But as you would have seen in the edge of the B-roll, I did, of course, get to see Mr. Bean's Mini, so mission number 1 is complete. And now on to go ahead and have a bit of another look around. Go and have a look at some more cars, including a Mini that's just here to my right, which is an interesting little car. And then over here we have got the Rolls-Royce 4050 New Phantom. I'm terrible with numbers. Anyway, the beautiful looking car. And then over here we have got probably the best thing I think I've seen all day. Because, oh, beautiful car, thank you very much, sir. I've just been told this is an Austin Swallow, which is a nice car. But the one I spotted is all the way down here. This tiny little thing, the Peel P50. Probably the smallest road car in production ever. It's a wonderful little thing. Let's see, when does it say this is from? 1964. This car is a lot older than I first thought it was. Wow. And even further down, we've got a Mark 1, I want to say, Capri. Let's take a closer look. So, a little bit of a walk and a slight filter alteration later. We have got, I believe this is a Mark 2 Volkswagen Golf. Or, no, this might have been a Mark 1, my apologies. It's a really nice little looking car, and I believe one of my other family members had one of these a very, very long time ago. Going down here is a car I didn't realise existed, the Reliant Regal from 1953. I know about the Reliant Robin and the Supervan, because let's face it, who doesn't know about the Supervan? But I didn't know that the Regal existed as a vehicle. Moving a bit further down from 1960s Germany, we have got the Amphi car, which is an interesting little sort of thing, because not only can you drive it on land, you can also drive it in water as well, which is absolutely crazy. But it is honestly a fantastic, fantastic machine. And then over here, probably one of my personal favourites, and a car I really wish I had, is the adorable little Austin 7 Mini from the 1950s. I absolutely love this thing. This style of Mini is honestly the best. I love it, and no one can tell me otherwise. And then right here we've got the Ford Capri 1600L from 1971. Here's all of the interesting little bits about it. Hopefully you've got enough time to go ahead and read all that. If not, go ahead and feel free to just pause the video there. There's another beautiful looking car next to a 2 Chevaux, also known as the 2CV6. Yes, the 2CV with, I believe, I wonder why it's, actually no, I don't know why it's called the V6. Somebody who knows that, let me know please. So after seeing a little bit of a start-up from the magnificent Gen 11, yes, I am wearing shorts, you can see, because it is very, very warm. And having a look around here, we have got an Imperial, we have got another Rolls-Royce here, and I believe this is a Rolls-Royce Silver Dawn, I want to say. It's not very silver, but you get the idea. And then a bit further down, we've got the Mercedes 300 SL, which is in Forza Horizon 5 that I did a video on, but now we're getting a chance to see one in person, which is absolutely insane. It looks so cool in person. It really does look stylish. And for its time, it looks very futuristic too. So an update on the car down here. It was the Dawn, but it's not the Silver Dawn. This is the Rolls-Royce Dawn Black Badge, which is a beautiful car with a 6.6 litre pole in the middle of the way, but it does have a massive V12 under there, and a list price of £310,000 sterling. Very expensive, but man, do I want one. So something else that I thought might be of interest is the Dirty Rascal. No, really, that's what they call this thing. This is made by Paddy McGuinness, and it was made for Series 28 Episode 2. I believe around the same time that the Mr. Nippy was made, which is a pretty cool little thing indeed. I think it was made from an old Suzuki van, or at least it certainly looks like it. But now we've got where it says HME down here, and it also has HME.co.uk along the back of it, but it actually stands for Howard Marshall Engineering Limited. But look at that, Dirty Rascal. I don't think they'd let me on the roof though, even though the ladder for it is here, so I could easily just, just clamber up a little bit. But it is a really interesting little thing. It's meant to be kind of a office on wheels, I guess, a kind of do-everything vehicle. But it's actually really, really cool to see like all of these in person. I love it, because I saw these on the telly, but, seeing it on the telly or on a screen, much like you're watching this video, does these cars zero justice until you get a chance to have a look at it in real life, because, again, this is how tall I am. I come up to where the door handle is and just a bit above it. Yeah, that's still quite a long ways to go. And after a longer walk back, what a view that is. I have come over here to find the Ford Consul Cortina Mark 1. And isn't she an absolute beauty? Genuinely amazing, wonderful looking car. Honestly, I'd love to own something like this. Maybe the Lotus version, the Ford Lotus Cortina. But honestly, it's a beautiful, beautiful machine. And there's just heaps more to see. I can't get this all in one video, so if you get a chance, definitely come and visit Beaulieu Motor Museum. It's worth the visit. It's certainly worth the visit. And now, as we go out of Beaulieu, I've got a couple of things to show you afterwards that I've just got from the gift shop. But there's two cars I didn't get a chance to have a look at earlier. This is the Morris Minor 1000 Traveller from 1970, and of course, Great Britain. Us Brits built this, and somehow it's still in one piece. Even I'm amazed. And then over here, we have got the Grant Sinclair Iris, sort of like the next bit on from the Sinclair C5, which is it's a strange little thing. I'm not going to lie, but yeah, it's this. I don't really know what to think. It is a pretty cool looking vehicle. I don't know, I don't have words for it, but it is certainly very, very interesting, let's just say that. Now, back to the coach. I'll talk a bit more on the way there. And this is why I said I'd talk more on the way back, because there is a beautiful, I want to say it's either a C3 or a C4 Corvette. I don't know them too well. Somebody in the comments who knows them better than me, please do go ahead and let me know. But I saw this from the monorail earlier today, which goes all the way just right there, so it went all the way from there. But yeah, I've got to show you this thing. It is absolutely beautiful, mint condition, not a single scratch on it. and it is also really, really shiny. So let's have a look at the inside. I believe this is, looks like an Auto. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but it is certainly a very, very cool, and I just had to show you. So one fresh battery later, because I kind of ran out the entire way through. Oops. One of the other challenges today was to buy Hot Wheels here. Found a Matchbox, both owned by Mattel, so I guess it's a kind of win. And yes, it is a Nissan Sentra, just for the memes, like the one in Horizon 5. Right, coach is back there. Let's go back before our driver gets mad, shall we? Okay, maybe I bought more than just one, but over here we've got a nice little Honda if my camera wants to focus on it, which it doesn't, as usual. We've also got a 94 Porsche Rally that it won't focus on, and also we've got ourselves this cool little 59 Dodge Coronet police car. Coronet, I don't know. But I'm definitely probably going to have the Sentra open, because I have a small little friend who needs a friend to drive with. Right, Small? Oh, hey, we're back where we basically started the video today. Anyway, now we're going on down to dinner, which is some interesting turkey and ice cream for pudding. Now, it might also probably be a bread roll and some jam, which I forgot to pick up in the hotel room. Aren't I fantastic at this? But yeah, we're going to go off to dinner. So now let's start the music, start the B-roll, and away to dinner we go. And now, after a good old bit of dinner, we are now outside going and having a little look around a bit further down, because last time we went out down that way and went and had a look at Bournemouth. If you've not seen that, go ahead and check out part 1. Links to that in an iCard over here or on the end screen at the end of this video. But now we're going to go ahead and have a little bit of a wander down here, see what's down this way, and also probably check out a lot of these very nice fancy buildings down here too. Also, like usual, there seems to be just a trend of having types of birds in videos. That one's going for a takeoff run, and away it goes. I hope it got takeoff clearance, because if it didn't, then it's going to become a pie. Anyway, going a bit further down, we've got a Seance, which is kind of cool. I don't really know what to think of Seance. I'm kind of 50-50 on the fence on. Let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, it's a pretty chilled out night down here. It's not overly cold. It's not absolutely blazing warm. It's just comfortable for once in England, which I'm not usually used to. There's a nice car over there. I've not a clue what it is, but there's a really nice one over there. I wish I knew what it is. I might go and find out, to be honest with you. And so we've wandered over a little bit further, and there's another sign over here that says, please do not feed the goats. So go ahead and just zoom in on that. And hopefully it'll focus again. Camera, please, for the love of everything, focus on the sign. There we go, it says, please do not feed the goats. There aren't any out here because I believe they've all been fed to the locals. And so we're now back up in the edge of the hotel room. In fact, you can see the other window just there. That coach is not ours, thankfully, but it had quite a day, shall we say, because it certainly had some issues. We came down there, and the back of it was just completely open. You could see the engine. It looked like it certainly overheated. I'm just going to put it that way. Ours is sat just down here. We're going to be on that tomorrow, going to yet another cool place, but you'll have to wait until that video, because that is going to be it for day 3, and hopefully I can make this just all into one video for Beaulieu, because that was kind of the plan. But it depends. If there's enough for one video, then you'll see day 4 and 5 in part 3, but we'll find out. So just in case, I'll see you in part 3, day number 4.